Hey, so Boston's in this game 7 tonight with Philadelphia, and I just have this feeling. Frankly, I expect for the Celtics to win. Not a prediction, but I expect for the Celtics to win. But if they don't win, now there's going to be a lot of talk about flipping over the roster in a league that the collective bargaining agreement doesn't really allow you to flip rosters over. And this is one of the things that doesn't get spoken about enough when we talk about redistribution of talent. And over the last few CBAs, the ownership groups have wanted, as we've got newer ownership groups in here, there's been a lot of rules that ensure of roster certainty. And that's why you don't see as much free agency as we saw at one time for people my age, where you could flip a team through free agency and all this sort of stuff. They have the ownerships groups have made it so that can't happen. And this is what they wanted. The layering of the aprons, the punitive of the taxes. Now they can move your draft pick down to the bottom. All these rules that a lot of fans don't pay attention to that really discourages flipping over a roster. So when you're the Denver Nuggets and everyone's saying, well, you need to do something to help Jokic out. Well, you have an owner that doesn't really want to pay a lot in taxes, doesn't want to go over the second apron, doesn't own its future assets, and those things. How do you flip the roster over without trading Jokic, which is something obviously they're not going to do? The Boston Celtics, if they lose tonight, like I said, don't think they will, but if they lose tonight, everyone will talk about how do you flip, got to do something different. That is a 3-point centric roster. Well, if you did want to do something different and start over and go through a different philosophy, how do you flip the roster? They have made it where you can't really flip your roster, which is an ownership thing. So keep that in mind when you want these teams to do these grand makeovers. It's hard to flip the roster, which pushes into tanking, which is something the league is actively trying to get rid of. So as we go into game 7 tonight, and the Celtics are trying to play for their playoff life, just keep that in mind that you might not like what they do stylistically, but they're all into what they do stylistically, and it's going to be hard if you have a change of heart. It's going to be hard to get out of it.